I don't want you guys to even fucking talk to me. Don't talk. It's personal, okay? Never mind. We can talk. Let's all talk. Let's all do a podcast together. We can all talk about that great episode.
Are you feeling okay, Jack?
Glad we can talk about this, Jack.
Yeah. It's personal, but we can talk.
We can talk. It's kind of a short episode, but a lot happened. What did you guys think about it?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I mean,
just like Aaron, it was shorter, but it had a lot going on.
A lot of meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a bit of a blindside at the end, right? It kind of really seemed like it was going to go another way. Did either of you know what was going to happen in that episode?
I was definitely surprised that it was all that Sarah and Jackson were like in on it or whatever, or at least
we found out later why.
Yeah.
Why Jackson flips. I'm still
kind of
we know why
Aaron
Jackson
describe
flipped.
kind of what happened with that tribal council.
Yeah, because Sarah told them like right before. And so Jackson was like to her, if you have an idol, you need to play it. He was going to play it on himself because he had to save himself.
But I mean, basically it was part of the plan from the start to force Sarah to go to them and tell them what was happening. That way we could flush Jackson's idol out. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like great plan by Sarah because it also like gave her points with Jackson and made him think like, oh, like Sarah just saved my life. Mm-hmm. Like it was that, but at the same time, it was also like, let's get Jackson to play the idol that we all kind of think that he has anyways. And
so why did you guys like think that he had the idol?
So, you know, that challenge at the volleyball courts, the previous episode, Brady says, everybody, there's like idol clues, go look for them. They were buried. I had no time to look because I was too busy puking, but Lucy, standing right there, she saw Jackson pluck the clue right off of the net. And Lucy like instantly tells like everyone in the entire universe, just like she's spreading COVID to everyone in the universe. She also spread the information to everyone in the universe that Jackson has a clue, Jackson has a clue, Jackson has the idol probably. And then everyone was like, okay, Jackson probably has the idol.
He didn't even tell the producers. He didn't trust the producers.
Mm-hmm. No, I think Lucy knew. I mean, Lucy knew more than the producers, I guess.
Yeah.
Lucy knew.
Lucy knows everything about the game. I did think that was kind of funny, though, that, we heard from Aaron. I remember hearing now that Jackson didn't tell the producers because he was, for a good reason, I guess, like very distrustful of the producers after that whole situation.
Yeah.
I can understand why he wouldn't, but I'm glad that he did at the end because that would really suck to get voted off with a real idol, but like the producers like don't count it because they think that it's not real or they think you don't have it or something. So like it's a good thing that he told them beforehand.
Would Jackson have played the idol if Sarah had not pulled them aside before? Like, do you think he would have played it for safety?
I don't know, actually. I think that Aaron and Jackson were very confident that that Nick, Sarah, and Bree were with them all the way up until Tribal Council when Sarah like told them it was happening because that was kind of the plan. Was they were kind of playing both sides. They made both my group and Aaron and Jackson very confident that they were with them. But like, so I think that they were pretty confident that the vote was going to go their way. I mean, I don't know, maybe Jackson would have got some spidey senses and played it, but he very well could have gotten voted off with the idol in his pocket. So I guess what that move did by Sarah telling Jackson to play it was one, Jackson now trusts Sarah, and two, it ensured that Aaron got voted off.
So was obviously Jackson had the most votes, but was your kind of intention to have Aaron be the one to go home then?
Yeah, that was the intention for me, at least the whole week. Like I had drafted Aaron on the tribe because I wanted to get Aaron out. It definitely wasn't personal. And I think that Aaron and I talked about it all post game as well. And like, she understands that it wasn't personal and we're on good terms. But at the time, it felt personal, but it really was just strategic. I was very threatened by Aaron. I knew she had a lot of connections and I knew how good she was at playing from the bottom. And I was basically her number one enemy in the game. We were basically each other's number one enemies in the game. So my goal was to get Aaron out. So the reason that we split votes with Jackson having the majority was because we felt like 90% confident he did have the idol. And so there's kind of this plan developed where, okay, we need to flush the idol, but we also want Aaron out. Therefore, let's put the majority of the votes on Jackson, but then let's tell Jackson beforehand what's happening so that his idol is flushed and that Aaron gets voted off instead.
Dang, I mean, it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
At what point, though? At what point did those three swing over to y'all's side? Like, what do you think was the deciding factor there?
It was pretty late, to be honest. Like, you'd have to ask Nick or Bree or Sarah, but I would say for that entire first week where Will got voted off, they were definitely on the other side. And they were definitely planning on voting either me out or Lucy. I think at first it was definitely going to be me. That was kind of the plan that we saw last episode and kind of beginning of this one, that it was supposed to be me getting voted off. And Nick was the only one that didn't really want to do that. He preferred Lucy, but or Adam. But my understanding is Nick was kind of on the fence considering both of them. Sarah was leaning towards Aaron and Jackson, and Bree was kind of very solidly with Aaron and Jackson. But Bree flipped very close to the vote. It's hard to say exactly what caused it, but a big factor, I think, was the conversation me and Lucy had with Bree, where you kind of saw us swing on the porch and like, I do it for Ohana. It cut out the rest of it, but I said, look, you gotta do it for Maggie, you gotta do it for Jack, gotta do it for Sarah.
So Ohana. Ohana's the reason.
Ohana means family.
And we had like a really good conversation. I felt Bree in that conversation. Like she started that conversation. I was like, what are your thoughts on the vote? And she was very wishy-washy. I don't know. We'll see. And by the end of that conversation, Bree was like, okay, I'll be honest. Like, I really want to work with you guys. Like, I just don't want it to go to a tie. But I do want to work with you. And I saw Bree change her mind in the course of that conversation. And I think there's other factors too. I mean, Lucy conversation with Nick, I think, was really good. And Adam had some really good conversations with Nick and with Sarah. And I think a big factor too was this, after Will got voted off, and there was this news about this Axis of Evil alliance, right? Jackson and Kevin
may or may not actually exist. Yeah.
May or may not exist. But in my mind and in my arguments, it was, of course it existed. And of course it's the most threatening, scary alliance of all time. And I just kept hammering that over and over. And I really think that was a big influence on Nick and Sarah's decision, because prior to Will getting voted off, that alliance it wasn't really on people's mind. And it seemed like me, Lucy, and Adam were the more threatening trio. But after Will got voted off, I think that it put a lot of attention on Kevin and on like, oh, Kevin's with Jackson and Megan, and Aaron's with all of them too. And I think that really put a lot of heat towards them. So yeah, that was the factors. There's a lot of factors, I think, that led to this one.
Got it. I like how this is just like a quick like props to Ian thing. And like the storyboarders, I like how instead of like just like listening in on too much of a conversation, it's more so somebody narrating it and then like short clips from the actual conversation. It just makes it easier to follow and like less boring, I think. So just something I've noticed, especially in this episode.
Yeah, well done. I guess I also was wondering, like, how confident were you that they all flipped? Because I was a little surprised that, like, when Jackson played his idol, that Adam didn't play his idol as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was really expecting, like, especially because he went in like saying, like, I'm going to play it no matter what. It's like one of the last confessionals. So, like, what made you guys so confident? Was it just like, seeing those changes in Bree and stuff?
It was, part of it was vibes, but a big part of it too is like everything that happened had been planned like very meticulously. Like we had a group chat where we decided exactly how we're going to do a 4-2 split. And we decided that Sarah was going to go to Jackson and Aaron. So everything just felt like, if this is fake, like, why are they planning it to this extent? Like, why would Sarah be making up this plan that, oh, we're going to split this way, and then I'm going to tell Jackson he's going to play his idol. It's like, if she was with them, then why would that be like discussed in the first place? So it just felt like the plan was so meticulous, and it also felt like it was going exactly how we wanted it to. Like, Adam didn't play his idol because he knew Jackson was going to play his idol, because the plan was for Jackson to play his idol. So when Jackson stood up, you actually see Adam smile because he's like, okay, like that's basically what we wanted to happen. because we wanted Aaron out. And I don't know, a part of me kind of like, I don't know, wanted Jackson to not go home. Like I wrote his name down. I did a little silly Jackson impression.
Don't even worry about it.
I didn't want Jackson to go home there. So I was kind of happy he played the idol.
I guess they could have flushed Jackson's idol, but still gotten like you out if they ended up not flipping.
If they really try to get tricky with it.
Yeah.
I know. I probably should have been more paranoid about that. Or like Cooper playing his little advantage.
Oh, yeah. Which has still kind of been like, it's been mentioned a little bit, but I feel like for the most part, it's been kind of irrelevant. I don't remember.
Do you know that if it exists, like at this point, that he hasn't told anybody, right?
No clue. I had no idea. I think that most people in the game had forgotten about it. Like they announced like, oh, we're having idol clues and advantages, like, and that was like the only mention of it ever. So I feel like most of the cast just wasn't really thinking about the advantages at all. Like I kind of forgot that it existed.
Isn't it irrelevant once you merge though?
Correct.
Yeah. So time's ticking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time's ticking, Cooper. Come on.
What else?
See. So we've been talking a lot about the end of the episode. Do we want to jump back to the beginning and talk about that challenge and stuff?
Yeah, let's
talk
rewind.
about how Bailey successfully time hopped to the dimension where she's good at this challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
She finally found the right one.
She finally did.
Yeah, who was it that won that challenge? What were the pairs again? You guys remember?
Jackson and Bree. Jackson pulled for sure. It was Aaron and Lucy. It was Bailey
and Megan.
Bailey and Megan.
Yeah. Megan was so happy that she won.
Bailey,
yeah. They both were so happy.
This Bailey Megan pairing seems really funny to me because like Bailey's boyfriend is the one that kind of inadvertently ruined
True.
Megan. Like, does Megan hold some sort of like hatred towards Bailey because of this? I don't know.
At least we don't see it yet.
I feel like Megan doesn't really harbor grudges, but maybe she does. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if she does, they're way deep down. You don't even know until you're already dead in a body bag.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been fun to put some like sort of clue inside one of the balloons. I know like none of them popped, but like I feel like that could have been fun. Yeah.
Well, remember
sorry.
I was gonna say, remember just a year before this is when some like people were popping balloons in the diag and everyone thought it was like a shooter and shut everything down. So maybe that was a little risky if we put some clues in balloons. Everything's shut down again.
Yeah. There wasn't really a way for those balloons to pop, right? Unless you really like that wasn't really part of the challenge that they would probably pop, right?
I don't think they were filled that they didn't look like they were filled that much air, but I don't know.
I really thought one of them was gonna pop. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean maybe Leia would have just like gotten so drunk that she just
jumped on one.
Jumped on it. Like, or like shot it with one of the guns that Jesse is afraid of her to have.
Oh God.
Yeah, do we like all the beers at challenge? That was kind of fun. It's very drunk season of Survivor, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like y'all are drinking all the time.
Yeah.
Definitely rated R. A lot of drinking, a lot of nudity. Definitely parental guidance needed to watch.
Yeah, a lot of feet shots.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Survivor Michigan doesn't kink shame.
Yeah.
Fear.
No, Leia was funny in this challenge, I thought. I mean, I remember her being, I thought a part of me was annoyed. Then I was like, actually, no, she's being funny. Give me a beer. I'll drink with you.
I think it was funny she did all that talk to just like not really get that far in the challenge. Like she wasn't the first one out, but like she wasn't like, I don't know. She was like
got far. She got
got far, but like I feel like she's like all that talk you gotta win, you know?
Yeah.
No, that's true. Leia was just, I think that Leia, this is like right after Will got voted off. I think that she was like, this is her first tribal council. She was also just like really pissed off. I think she was just like, fuck this. I'm just going to get super drunk and whatever, put on this face that I'm having a great time and just, maybe she was having a great time. I don't know what was going on in her head, but I think
having a great time. Yeah.
She just was totally detached. Her head was in another universe at that point.
But hey, I don't know. It worked out for her team enough, I guess.
It's true. Jesse carried. Jesse refuses to go to tribal council.
Yeah.
Has she still never been to tribal?
No.
At this point? Dang.
She went to exile when her tribe went, and then she won.
And she was on Sangria before? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's the real Jackson.
Wild.
Yeah.
She should get the little Chiron thing, undefeated challenges.
Yeah, she should get the Chiron for the challenge record.
Dang.
Maybe he's like a third of the game. Has not been to tribal council. We'll see if it continues.
It's kind of scary though, because it's like she doesn't know who's like truly with her because she's never voted.
I know. Do you guys think that like that hurt Sangria that they had never gone to tribal council together?
I mean, yeah, because you bond a lot when you vote with somebody. Like you really bond a lot from that.
Yeah.
You can say like all this stuff, but like the vote is what actually counts.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of talked about that in the first episode where like it might actually like low key be an advantage to go to tribal council first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yes and no. I mean, if you could look at Pawnee and El Norte, you know, they did form bonds as a result of going to the tribal council first, but they also formed, I don't know, whatever the opposite of bonds is. They definitely broke bonds too.
Yeah. I know, but like you, Adam, and Lucy just feel tighter to me than like any Sangria group, just because you guys have just been like to tribal.
We've been going together for a while. We've been definitely like the trauma of going through really tough tribal councils like that definitely bonds you together.
Yeah. Okay, and then another thing was Kevin, who just continues to be delusional and was still like being savage to Will, even though Will was gone. I was like,
tough to watch.
Like dancing on his grave. Like, come on, Kevin, chill.
Kevin.
This is the Kevin we remember from season 2.
And then he was like kind of like not in a good position. He was like, I feel like I kind of screwed myself. And it's like everyone saw this coming except for you.
Yeah, Kevin. He's like he makes this move, then the next day he's like, you know what? I think I ruined my game.
Yeah.
So he does have a little bit of self-reflection for a second there. You know, he's like,
he's getting there. I mean, I think that Will said it really well in his interview, that Kevin's goal is not to win the season. Kevin's goal is to play a character on a TV show. I really think that Will has something there, and Kevin is now realizing if I get voted off, I can't be a character anymore. Like, oh shoot, I didn't factor that one in, did I?
The character needs to have longevity.
True.
Do we think Jackson plays that more of a character or Kevin? Because I almost feel like Kevin's character is I don't know actually.
I feel like Jackson's character is more actually who he is in a way. Like I feel like Kevin, I don't know. I feel like Kevin turns
more
into
exaggerated.
chaoticness. Yeah.
Kevin's much more. Kevin is not like he's not like that as much in real life. He definitely
he's not.
He could be confusing.
Yeah.
But he's not like a bad. He's not a dick. He's not a bad person. He's not evil.
Yeah.
Not the axis of evil.
He's definitely
like Jackson
chaotic.
actually is a dick.
Actually truly evil. Personification. He's a lawyer. Come on. No. I feel like Jackson's character is also not like it's mostly just him being cocky. It's not as a player, Jackson's actually pretty stable and loyal.
That's true.
Think how he actually votes. It's mostly just him in confessional, whereas Kevin is actually like what he actually says and does and votes is like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jackson's character just exists in his confessionals, really. You know, and then like the rest of the time he's pretty real. I feel like Kevin's always inhibiting the character of Kevin. You know, he has his Kevin costume on at all times.
That's true.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I will say like Axis of Evil. Obviously, it's the title of the episode. I said it referring to Jackson and Kevin and Megan and Aaron. Obviously, like, I mean, Kevin and Jackson.
Why evil though? Why?
Evil?
Yeah.
The Axis of Evil. It's just like it's a reference. It's a reference to what is it? George W. talking about I don't know, like Iraq and Iran. Like, we got to go after the Axis of Evil or something.
That's a niche reference.
It's a niche reference. But
this is like a Tom level reference right here.
It really is. I think I was trying to You know what? You saw that I was drawing upon my Maggie when I was drawing for the idol searches. I'm drawing upon my historical references with Tom. The reason that I was pushing that branding so hard, it's not because I actually think they're evil people. Okay, obviously I don't see myself or Aaron or any of these people as the villain. We're just against each other, but it's useful in the context of strategizing to label. You want to label your enemies as the bad guys. You want to make your enemies seem as scary and as bad and as intimidating as possible. And the more you can do that, you know, that's basically what my goal was this week, is basically telling everyone in the game, like, they're the bad guys, axis of evil. You need to vote them out. Vote them out. Don't vote me out. Me, Adam, and Lucy are like, oh, little old Pawnee trio. We're totally fine. Don't worry about us. But axis of evil over there. Kevin and Jack.
Invade Iraq.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
No, yeah, us versus them. That's like you're doing like legit like psychological warfare on this season.
Yeah,
I respect it.
It's intense stuff. But it really did feel like a me versus Aaron war, which is not where I expected things to go and not where I wanted things to go. But it definitely turned into that by this point. And
so just like speaking of like people's strategies, I was almost taken aback that Jackson is now embracing the meat shield strategy after I tried pitching it to him so hard last season.
Yeah.
Now he's finally come around. He's like, wait, maybe we actually need to keep Sam around because, you know, we're going to go into the merge and, you know, they're going to want to vote him off before us. So,
true.
Yeah. Like, come on, why didn't you realize that one season
know.
before?
I think you planted the seed.
Yeah.
You planted the seed.
I did.
And then he got voted off. And now he's like, even though he's like, I played the perfect game. You know, I wanted Dale to win. You know, Dale deserved it. I let him win. But maybe a part of in the back of his head is like, I know maybe what Tiggleman told me all those days ago, all those weeks ago about the meat shields. Maybe he was right.
Yes, actually, I really just did that to help you in All Stars. I knew that I needed to plant that seed in Jackson's head to help you in All Stars. So it's all for you, buddy.
Wow.
It's all for me. I really do. You know, the game really was rigged for me from the start because of the way that Jack set it up for me, you know, 6 months prior during season 4. It's really, really the only reason I'm here is because of pre-game rigging, you know?
I mean, people were saying that you've like, quote unquote, made a bunch of mistakes, you know, and you're still here and like getting away with everything.
It's all Bailey. Bailey was like, you need to pay for your mistakes.
Honestly, Bailey was spitting facts this episode.
Oh, Bailey's 100% right. I definitely shouldn't be here. I think that it's all luck and zero skill, and you know the vote just happened to go my way every time, and you know it's really just luck. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely some luck involved, but there's also a lot of skill. I would say. No,
Survivor is a lot of luck, and I mean on a serious note, it is, and I will definitely not deny that. It's like I feel like it's definitely a combination of luck and of making the right move and having the right opportunity come up, and what do you do with it? And there are 50-50 chance like choices, and sometimes a choice that like you thought with the information you had at the time that you thought was the right one, sometimes it works out your way, sometimes it doesn't, and like it is a lot of luck. And I don't know, it's not all, but it's definitely nuanced, right? You can't say that anyone's game is all luck.
No, it's not.
You also can't say that it's all skill. It's just everyone is put in a certain position, and it's, you know, what do you do with the information that you have and with the, you know, kind of the cards you were dealt.
Yeah.
So speaking of people who are just using their skill and need to be respected more, can we talk about Lucy this episode? Because I really feel like Lucy did a great job of like putting in a lot of work and like not getting the respect that she deserves, but like in a good, like she's playing up that part of her. I feel like it's funny. Like Nick really just really just thinks that she's like dumb. I feel like, you know, just kind of going along with whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I really feel like she's doing a good job of, you know, playing up that part of her.
Yeah. I mean, she may not have known too much about Survivor her first time around, but she's been a producer for like a couple years now. So, or maybe just 1 year. So she definitely like knows the game way more this time around. But I kind of like how she's playing up like, okay, they can think that I'm still not playing though.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like Lucy is just always underestimated. I mean, season 2, she was underestimated over and over. And then like All-Stars, she comes back and people still underestimate her. I mean, I'm not saying that Lucy's like the mastermind running the game, but she definitely deserves more respect than she gets, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's because of her like the stereotype that she had her first time around that just kind of like stayed?
Scrappa. I think it's hard to shape the Scrappa.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Akshay was saying a lot of stuff even in the first episode of like, Lucy doesn't care, Lucy shouldn't be here, blah, blah, blah.
She just wants to watch Love Island.
Yeah. I think that Lucy did have this reputation of like, Lucy doesn't know what she's doing, or Lucy doesn't deserve to be here. And keep in mind too, season 2 is airing at this time. I feel like near the end of season 2, you see Lucy pick up a bunch, but it hadn't aired yet at this point. And
Mallory taught her the game, right?
She really did. I love seeing Lucy, producer Lucy, come out, like where she's like, Emily B, elbows. Don't put your elbows over the line.
That was last episode.
Judging idols. Mm-hmm. That was with the
that was like 2 episodes. Yeah,
that was like 2 episodes ago.
It was that. I was thinking like you see throughout the season. Then there was like the last episode with like the Lucy investigates the idols, and I don't know. I'm sure producer Lucy came out here somewhere. She's like, "Oh, they're not allowed to go and talk during tribal council."
Yeah. I did like the little zinger though of when like I feel like Nick's complaining about Lucy in that big meeting with the 5 of them, and I forgot who said it, but
it was Sarah.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was Sarah. Yeah, when she was like, "Doesn't it feel good that she's the reason you lost?"
Oh my god.
Sarah is so funny. I love Sarah so much.
I love how she's like unbothered always.
Yeah.
But she gives really good recaps of what's going on. Like her chart, or no, she had the pyramid. No, it was Nick who had the pyramid chart. I will say Nick's chart I thought was better than Sarah's chart in this episode.
Yeah.
So should we make a chart of how good charts are? So like, Nick's chart is like up here.
There's chart.
Yeah. There's charts over here.
Yeah.
And then Adam had kind of a chart going, or like he had like a plan.
Oh, he had a plan.
Plan. Yeah, it wasn't really a chart.
Master.
Oh yeah, his was good.
That was so great.
The move to like make it seem like you guys weren't that close.
It seems like that part didn't work as much. It seems like people still are like, yeah, they're close. Okay,
but valiant effort.
Yeah, that part. I mean, there was some truth to it in that you see Adam and Lucy kind of saying like, sure, we're with Sam right now, but I recognize eventually he has to go. You see them both saying that in confessional, and I think that they did believe that. And as they're saying that to other people, who knows what sort of impact that had, but maybe people were more apt to think like, okay, well, I can work with Sam, Adam, and Lucy because Adam and Lucy are okay with eventually letting Sam go anyways. Yeah, I mean, I think that the bigger thing was kind of the fear of this Axis of Evil alliance, which is maybe real, not really real, kind of unproven to be.
It was not. Aaron was saying it wasn't real at all, and there was like no evidence or proof.
So I guess it's the question is what makes an alliance real? Because there is a true connection between Megan and Jackson. There's a true connection between Aaron and Kevin. There's a connection between Aaron and Jackson. I mean, obviously this 4 is not met. They don't have a group chat. They haven't voted together like me, Adam, and Lucy clearly have. But it's more real than being completely fake. There's at least there's some smoke, but maybe there's not a fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, there are people who, like, share interests, whether it's not a formal alliance. It's, like, you can put a term on them to say, like, this is scary if they do get together. Like, they could,
It's much more theoretical.
Yeah. So there are weapons of mass destruction, right, guys? Like, I'm just getting really deep into this now.
What's going on?
That's funny. It definitely is George Bush-esque in that way.
You are George Bush.
Yeah. Oh, geez, I don't want to be branded that way.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people on Discord think you are.
You're saying that I'm the villain here.
Yeah.
I'm the George Bush. We got to protectify our loans.
It says Cooper probably would have used his advantage if he knew what was going on. Is that true?
Yeah. I think that Cooper has been on the record saying that if he knew he'd be able to use it at his advantage to save Aaron, then he would have.
Really?
But he just didn't know. He didn't know what was happening.
Actually, yeah, he would have. They're pretty close.
But how would that have even worked?
Yeah, how would that have worked though?
So if he knew it was this 4-2-2 split, all he had to do was steal my vote, and he could put 3 votes on anybody with Aaron and Jackson.
Oh, who do you think they would have gone for?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, would Cooper want to get you out at this point? Maybe
that would have been massive.
I'm not sure. I mean, Cooper was definitely like fine with me going.
Yeah,
a couple of tribal councils ago, so I wouldn't be shocked. And that's probably who Aaron and Jackson would have wanted. But
the thing is, their advantage like that, you have to make the big move, right?
Yeah.
But they're afraid of the idol is a thing, and if Brady announces, "Oh, an advantage has been played," that definitely
can't vote.
It definitely results in an idol being played.
Yeah.
So then Adam would have played it probably, but he wouldn't have known who. Yeah, he would have played it for
himself.
I would honestly, if I was Adam, I would play it for myself.
Yeah. I think he would have gone if they had targeted you there.
Probably, yeah.
Damn.
Too
bad he was left in the dark.
Yeah, I guess that's why you leave people in the dark for votes like that. Aaron and Jackson were told, but it was at the very last second. So that things like this wouldn't happen.
Right.
Yeah. Were you worried at all about Sarah Gallagher telling more people?
No, I mean, maybe foolishly, I really trusted her a lot. Sarah's very good at making you feel like you're on her side. So
Same with this Sarah.
Exactly. Something with Sarah's and making you feel, except for Sarah Avery. I think we kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
Being a little sketchy. But and Sarah's are hit or miss, either really make you trust them 100% or you're not quite sure. I don't know. I can't really speak to Sarah Minnis. I didn't play with her.
Guys, I forgot to take detailed notes.
That's fine. What do you think about
my notes are usually a lot better too. I have like 3 things written down. Detailed. This is like all I have this time.
Here's how it goes for me. If I watch the episode on my desk, I'm taking detailed notes. If I'm in my bed, no notes are being taken. And that's what happened last night.
Yeah, it's me. It's like on the couch. Like I was watching on the couch last night, just like fully just invested in it. So I was taking notes. But if I'm like on my laptop,
and laptop, I got my monitor. Exactly.
I feel like watching it on it's more fun to watch it without having to take notes.
Yeah,
I know.
I like watching it. I watched it on the TV yesterday. Felt like a real cinematic experience.
Yeah. No, I love doing that. Yeah, and I get my big speakers going. And just
immersed.
You can see like, Will's tears and Kevin's laugh, maniacal laughs,
in HD
in 4K.
Wow, that's kind of scary.
Yeah,
I do always love when like the quality gets better for like Ian's camera.
Yeah.
Like
1 second it's like a terrible old MacBook camera. In a
you can really tell.
Yeah, like drinking coffee in the background, and then all of a sudden it like cuts to like Cooper on the porch, and it's just like Cooper's in your living room.
Cooper in 4K. Then it goes back to Tom and
Tom's like in the closet.
Black and white camera, hiding in the bushes.
There was a funny Tom bit from the Aaron interview about Tom being literally like a cartoon version of like following somebody.
Oh yeah.
Like literally just like
like the track marks.
Yeah.
Like the wind.
No, that's definitely true. Tom sent some messages of Aaron questions, but I think that he sent them too late.
Yeah, he did.
But Tom says something that was funny though. What was it? Tom says, "Where is the footage of Megan and Jackson together? Like the relationship everyone can't get enough of, and there's no footage of them together."
That's true. Why don't they have any confessionals together?
Are they just like together all the time, so they don't record?
I just realized, they never meet like in the video.
There's been a couple, right?
Have they?
Yeah. Have they?
I can't picture them like in a meeting together.
I feel like there was in like the first episode.
There's got to be at least one.
I feel like there was.
My conspiracy is that Megan and Jackson have never been dating. It's been Oscar the entire time.
It's a reverse lie or something.
Reverse lie all this time. You know, I don't know why it was done, but maybe they'll come out with it one day and really blow everyone's minds.
Dang. Oh, well, we got some confessionals where Megan's like, I'm on my way to Jackson's house. We get a lot of those. But I guess they don't film together.
I feel like there's been one.
You know what? It's because Jackson doesn't trust the producers.
True.
So he doesn't want to give them info.
I mean, yeah, I do think that was actually legit. Like Ian has said that they had to like beg Jackson to upload a lot of his footage at a certain point because he just wasn't like the footage of him finding the idol and having the idol, for example, he just did not upload it. So they didn't even know he had the idol until like Matthew checked and the idol was gone. And they're like, Jackson has the clue, so Jackson probably has it, but
didn't that idol also get like taken by a janitor at one point? Is that true?
Really? I didn't know that.
I feel like I remember that. Or maybe I'm thinking about when it actually went missing because of Jackson. Because I feel like there was a point where maybe I'm just thinking of when
I remember this too. That would have been funny if we let the janitor keep it and like part of it was you have to get it from the janitor.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure Matthew even alluded to it in a comment on Discord.
I think so. I think
it happened like pretty early on. Like before like people had enough clues probably to even find it. So like he like quickly replaced it, but like it was missing, and people think, and he thinks there's just like a janitor threw it away. I'll double check with Lion on that one.
Janitor was really doing his or her job well. That thing was like stuffed under a couch.
Stairs. Like you're going a little above and beyond. Like
I know.
I don't know. I mean, I was searching for the idol, and I didn't even do that. So, what do you think about Bailey in her position in the game?
I was saying she was spitting facts this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But okay, so where is she positioned? She's in the girls' alliance, right? With like Brie, Leia, Emily B, whatever. She's also talking to Cooper and Andrew. She's kind of like in their meetings a lot too. The
old Odawa little trio that Nick talks about.
And then she still gets info from Kevin.
Kevin and Bailey together is just so funny to me.
Yeah.
Social winners of Survivor.
Like she said, was it Sarah that said that? No, I can't remember. See, this might need to take better notes. Well, when they're like, somebody was like, you know, she says that she doesn't want to work with Kevin, but Kevin adores her, so she's gonna keep going back to Kevin.
Yeah, it was either Sarah and Nick. I don't remember. It was one of them. I really like Sarah and Nick together, by the way, too. Like, they feel very like their alliance makes a lot of sense.
It makes sense.
I do have confirmation from the Lion that a janitor took the first library idol.
Okay.
Yeah. It was gone for a day or two max pretty early on in the season, so we were 99.9% sure no one checked there while it was gone.
Wait, so did they have to put a different one there?
Yeah, they had to put it back.
From the janitor? I really hope the janitor kept it. And it's just like, what is this?
I want the janitor to enter the game at the merge.
Plot twist. Oscar is the janitor.
Oscar enters the game and shows everyone that he's truly the one that's dating Megan.
Oh, and apparently, so Matthew's just giving us a plethora of inside information right now.
Well, let's just see it.
So the replacement that Jackson eventually found, that was like the really short one or whatever, right? He was complaining about it being short. It was actually a fake that Matthew made for season 4.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, was it really short or was it really long?
Or was it really, No,
Andrew's was too long.
Yeah, Andrew's was too long. Jackson's was too short. Yeah.
Okay.
So does Emily B have one that's just right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so yeah, thank you so much, Matthew, for the amazing insider information. The Lion. We love you.
Didn't one of your fake idols become a real idol too?
Yes. The fake idol I found on day 1 of season 2 was the idol that Ben found in season 3. And I still have it.
Oh my god.
It's downstairs. I will pause this to run down, and it'll take me 5 minutes to find it, but I will find it. But I won't do that right now.
So it seems like if you find a fake idol, somebody on your future tribe is destined to find it as a real idol in their returning season.
Wow. Where's the Lorax though? I don't see that.
It means that like somebody.
Stay tuned, everyone.
It means that Emily B. So how would that work then? Emily B will be a producer in a future season, and the Lorax will be a real idol that someone will find, and it'll have to be somebody that Emily B has played with in her second season. So I mean, someone from this season is going to play again, and you're going to find a Lorax one day. Real idol. Who's going to be the first 3-time Survivor Michigan player?
There's been no 3-timers. I don't know if people are. It's got to be like a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be someone that's on Emily B's tribe by the rule of the fake idol.
It's gonna be me when I go back to law school.
Ooh, okay. You'll follow in Jackson's footsteps, huh?
Yeah.
Love it. So, yeah, Bailey, though, we were talking about Bailey. She has the Kevin thing. She has the Odawa thing. She has the girls. She also, like you said.
She has everyone else in passing.
She's talking to everybody in passing in the challenge.
Yeah. We did get confirmation from Aaron that she was one of the people in passing.
It was a genuine in passing interaction.
Genuine in passing.
In passing, huh?
Yeah.
Bailey's talking. She isn't talking to me in passing. She's being. Me and Bailey are not on the same page right now. She's, I'm getting away with some things.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't see me in passing. I need to pay. Pay for my transgressions.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely. I remember Bailey. I think in episode 4 was pointing out how it was very cold that I picked Aaron on the draft, which is entirely correct. I mean, that was. I could not look Aaron in the eye when I did that. I felt really bad. I did feel bad. Lucy seems to like not feel bad about anything. She's like always laughing.
Yeah, Lucy is always laughing.
Yeah. I think she's just having a good time. She really is
cold-blooded.
That personally. But yeah. I don't know. Bailey's in a good spot.
How much did like them whispering to you influence your decisions? Because I know you guys were like all talking when you were picking. Like, would you have picked the same?
I honestly don't really remember what we talked about. I'm pretty sure I was like, I think we were basically saying, we were basically talking like, do you think that we're going to be combining tribes and I should pick someone we want to work with? Or do you think we're going to be a 4-person tribe and I should pick somebody to vote out? And that was kind of what the bulk of the discussion was about. And I definitely was, I mean, I don't know what you could say I chose wrong or chose correctly, because if I knew it was going to be combined tribes, I probably would have picked Jesse. I picked Aaron, and it did end up working out. But it is one of the things where sometimes you make the wrong choice, and you need to work to recover on it. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's definitely elements of luck to it. It definitely helped out that Kevin started spreading around this alliance that may or may not exist, and that Bailey tells everybody everything. Apparently, that's kind of what people were saying this episode, that Bailey started spreading this alliance as well. Which, does it make sense for her to do that if she wants me, Lucy, and Adam to be voted off? Why would Bailey tell people this information?
Yeah, that's true. Interesting. We'll have to ask her.
Isn't she like known for like divulging a lot of info?
Yeah, I think she just doesn't really have a reason behind it. She just wants to give the info to everybody.
When she's in passing.
Yeah, she's very kind with her info giving.
Yeah. I mean, it's working for her. I'll say that. I mean, people seem to really trust Bailey. And so I can't knock her for it.
I mean, yeah, when people give you info like that, you trust them.
Oh, definitely. I think there's got to be strategy to it of just building those connections and giving information out, and as a result, people trust you.
But if people realize you're doing that to like with every piece of info, then that becomes a problem.
Yeah, Nick doesn't seem to love this. Nick seems to think like, how does Bailey know everything in passing?
Yeah. I just said that, but I'm going to do it. All right, bye.
He's really just going to get his idol.
He is.
Like, yeah, I got to get my charger.
Another thing I want to say about the may or may not be real Axis of Evil alliance is there are elements to it where even before Kevin started talking about it, and if you remember in the episode where Dylan went home, that was kind of the reason that Lucy changed her mind on wanting Dylan out over Aaron, was kind of this knowledge that Aaron is talking to Kevin and Jackson. So that was at least those three were kind of a known entity. That Aaron was definitely connected with Kevin. Aaron was connected with Jackson. And Aaron and Megan weren't necessarily linked together until after Megan flips and after Kevin started leaking this stuff. But I think that early on, I think that Aaron was really the glue that held this alliance together. It really was more of, I think, here's people that Aaron is connected to. But the people that Aaron was connected to weren't necessarily on the same page with each other. Like, sure, Aaron was close with Jackson. Aaron wanted to work with Jackson and Megan. Aaron was good with Kevin. But Megan and Jackson, I guess you see Megan and Kevin kind of talking to each other, but it really seems like Jackson does not want to be associated with Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. I think people were saying, like, grouping Jackson and Kevin together, but Jackson had a confessional where he's like, I don't want nothing to do with Kevin.
Yeah.
Like, I think Jackson actually likes playing with, like, logical, like, or not, just like more like logical, loyal people who he can, like, predict.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a lawyer. They like their, like, facts.
Lawyer sounds like
their
findings. It's like only like one syllable off. Not even a syllable, just kind of a, it sounds like similar. No, I agree. I feel like Jackson gets a bad rep for being like a villain, but like he doesn't play like a villain. Like,
he doesn't. That's the weird thing. It's just his confessionals.
I guess it was just his confessionals in season 4. Like everyone in production had seen them, and as a result, they were like, Jackson is like a black plague. Like Jackson is so evil. But he really, like, as an alliance member, I think Jackson is he's just very strategic and logical.
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree.
I'm back.
Any other
Jack's back.
quick hits on the episode? Any other
I found my fake idol.
I knew you were going to get that.
But
it was in like a mailbox, right? Like a little news mailbox thing.
It was literally in like one like where the newspaper mailboxes are, right outside of the MLB. Like, I mean, I would think idol. Like,
I would think that was not well, except for there was no note. But other than that,
so that's what made me realize it was fake eventually. But I didn't know any better. It was the first day of Survivor.
This is a real idol that was played in.
But this is a real idol now. Yeah.
That's like
that's literally such an idol. Like, I would think.
I still think that like Noah or something like planted it on the first day. I don't know.
It must have been.
It has to be. Because why would it just be in there?
Yeah, that's actually weird. That is weird.
Because it literally, I don't know.
Maybe Jackson went back in time and hit some fake idols.
Yeah.
Bailey entered the wrong timeline or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a glitch. There was a glitch.
Yeah, she's trying to get an idol from another timeline into hers, and then it glitched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it couldn't get into the All-Star timeline, and it went into the season 2 timeline instead. Yeah.
Maybe she was maybe it's this idol started out in the season 3 timeline.
Oh.
And got sent. She was going to season 3 to take an idol, but it got sent to season 2 instead of season 5.
Rough.
So technically, I had 3 idols.
Yeah, you did.
I should have tried. I should have tried to play it just for fun.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
Yeah.
You should have.
I know it never became a factor once you realized it was fake.
But still, one of my most prized, probably my most prized Survivor possession, along with all my buffs. I still have. You guys still have your buffs?
Oh yeah, it's my buffs like right there. Well, I never got my Ohana one back. Once I was swapped on to Cerulean. So I have my blue one and my purple one.
Someone's gonna sell those one day and make dozens of dollars.
Dozens of dollars.
Make a few bucks.
I'll make at least a few dollars. Honestly, that idol you have is a pretty of all the Survivor Michigan memorabilia you could have. It's one of the better ones.
I wish do you know who has the actual idols that I had? Because I would like to have one of those. I feel like Katie Reed had them.
I feel like the Lion would know. Or Katie.
I'm gonna ask him. He's already talking.
You should ask him.
What were the funniest moments of this episode? We already talked about a few.
It wasn't that funny of an episode.
Well, I think Skinny Six Pack was peak.
Skinny Six Pack.
Oh, greedy. Sarah's face when people were crying.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what did you think about Adam crying after voting off Aaron?
We talked about that in our other Angie was like, I'm not Andrew. Aaron was like, fuck that. Like, if you were really that upset, you shouldn't have voted me out. Like,
yeah.
And Akshay said it was kind of like an act. I understand, but like, well, yeah, I understand it being like emotional. Like, I think people just react differently to these types of things.
Adam's an emotional guy, and I mean, like, I think it probably made him emotional. See, I think that it was. I mean, I got to ask him. I'm not sure if it was more crying and being upset that Aaron was upset, or Aaron saying like, "Don't talk to me," where this is personal, and him feeling like, "Oh, like that sucks that my friendship is ended," kind of thing. I don't know, but just like I feel like it was Aaron's emotions in that moment were very valid. I feel like Adam's emotions are also very valid.
Yeah.
Even though Sarah seems to not like emotions from any of them. She's just like, who are these people? Like, what is this?
Can we all do our best impression of her face right now?
She was like,
It was something. It was great. I don't think that we can do it. I can't do it justice.
I have it saved now on my phone. Like, this is one of my new favorite distractions.
Wait, can I see it again?
Like, Brooke's gonna like text me like, "Hey, can you take out the trash today?" And I'm just gonna respond.
You said that.
Yes, that's because it's such a great meme.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right, yeah, Matthew does not know where my idols are.
Oh, that's sad. So, what do you think about Aaron? Aaron is somebody that obviously got voted off in this episode. Had a rough go in this game.
Very rough go of it.
Should we start talking about eulogy for Aaron, or just what went wrong for Aaron? What are the thoughts on all of this?
I think a lot went wrong for her, like out of her control, or like only somewhat within her control. Like, I think she just got dealt a really bad hand. I think obviously it's not good to go into a game with the whole her versus Paddock situation kind of ruminating. Like, you don't want it to be going into something like All Stars to be on like a side of like this feud, which, according to both of them, seems to be like other people built it up more than it maybe was, maybe not. I don't know whose side to take on that. I'll stay out of it for now. But it definitely hurt both of their games. And like, Aaron, especially that first week, with Akshay leaving, was like one of her closest friends and allies. Like, I feel like really kind of set the tone for her that like things were just not going to end up going her way. Like, I think a lot of stuff went well for her in season 3. Maybe her luck ran out a little bit. Not that she relies on luck. Like, she's very, very skilled player, but
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, as far as the Aaron Paddock thing goes, I feel like neither of them wanted the season to be Aaron versus Paddock. And I don't necessarily think it was, but I think it was definitely useful for other people to frame it that way, because it takes the target off of them. And like, I don't know, we never saw them in the same tribe, so it's hard. It's hard to really quantify what the impact of that was, but it definitely put a target on both of them that I think hurt them for sure in the game. I don't know if it really ended either of their games, but I mean, Sarah did say like, "Oh, this is revenge for Paddock."
Yeah,
I don't know if that's really why she voted for Aaron, or it was just kind of like a clever thing to say, the voting confessional.
I think it was a clever thing.
Yeah, because she didn't really have any confessionals saying anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, she obviously was friends with Paddock, but like, I don't think that really affected the strategy this week.
No, if anything, it seems like she's more with Aaron and Jackson, at least the previous episode. And I kind of think that the thing with Sarah is she kind of made this little scale of where people are, and she had a lot more people she felt were closer to Aaron. She kind of felt like maybe Sam, Lucy, and Adam are kind of on this island by themselves, whereas Aaron is very connected.
But the thing is, you don't want to leave you 3 on an island, because Lucy can survive on an island very well.
She can survive on an island. See, I don't know if Sarah watched season 2. I don't know.
Yeah. How much of Survivor Michigan? I guess season 2 is coming out as this is happening. So,
yeah. This week is the week that I think Bailey got voted off. We were just saying that last week, the episode where Kevin turns on Will is the week that Kevin gets voted off. in Survivor Michigan season 2. And I think that Kevin saw himself get voted off and be like, I'm not being chaotic enough. I'm not being evil enough. Like, what am I doing? So we're about halfway through at this point.
I want to, sorry, this is a complete sidebar. I want to like go back and listen to those podcasts from that we were recording as All Stars was happening now.
Oh, I know.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like I feel like there's probably a lot of subtext. Like
there probably
is, you know.
It was funny because it was during the course of the game at this point that every week these people would come over. So Kevin had just come over to my apartment to record "Keep Your Torch Lit" after he was voted off. And that was the scene that you saw in the last episode where I tell Kevin that Megan and Jackson are dating. It was just kind of conveniently like Kevin was at my apartment anyway.
Right.
Might as well tell Kevin something. I don't know. He's here.
Might as well.
Yeah, why not? So like, yeah, I guess that would have meant that somewhere around here would have been having Bailey over for Keep Your Torch Lit.
I think I saw somebody say that we dropped a Jackson reference in season 2, Keep Your Torch Lit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so great.
I think we did the "Don't even worry about it" voice.
Wow, that's some deep pull. That's a deep pull. There's gotta be a lot of things like that. Yeah. It's like we're creating Inception here. We're referencing ourselves, referencing something that happened
but happening at that time. Like this time travel stuff is going to create any Bailey to get in here to fix our timelines.
Yeah, there's one day in like season 11 of Survivor Michigan, someone will reference this episode of Keep Your Torch Lit, where we reference the previous episode of Keep Your Torch Lit, or we reference the future episode of season 4, and the whole entire timeline will break or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Lavana will come out, or something disappear, and this has gone too far. We got to restart.
We need to revert the timelines.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Aaron's eulogy.
Yeah, let's
start.
It's so funny how relevant Lavana has been and how detached from Survivor Michigan she's been this whole time.
Yeah. I know.
No, but
back to Aaron.
I mean, Aaron, for somebody who's been on the bottom somewhat since the first week, like she put up one hell of a fight of being on the bottom, and I feel like that was kind of like she's really good at that. And that was kind of a lot of like her gameplay, even like season 3, I feel like, so like she definitely like pulled out all the stops, and and she talked about it in our interview with her. It was like she was kind of watching all of her friends get voted off, like, as she went on, like, Akshay, then Dylan, and blah blah. So like, but there's a reason that she's, I feel like, surviving maybe longer than them. I feel like she's very crafty at like, scraping by week to week, and like,
oh, definitely.
Eventually that the luck has to that it's gonna have to run out, but she did, I think, a really great job this season with the cards that she was dealt.
I mean, it's hard to lose even one ally, but she just like kept losing week after week, and but she's like, she always picks herself back up and still tries,
And she was super connected, as Sarah showed.
Yeah.
You had a lot of people, and actually on the other tribes, that I feel like Erin is really, I mean, she thrives playing from the bottom. We saw her do it in season 3 and like bring herself from the very bottom all the way to the very top and just like inches away from victory. And ultimately, like this season she was playing for the bottom and was inches away from getting me out and like flipping the game at that point. And I do really feel like Erin is excellent player, one of the best in Survivor Michigan, and like that was ultimately why it seems very brutal how I was going after her very hard, and it was just because I knew how I was a producer in season 3. I saw how she played from the bottom, and I was terrified of it because I know how good she is, and I was terrified of her. All she needs is a little footing. She just needs a teeny inch of footing, and that's all it takes for Erin to flip the game. And I was really worried that would happen, and I would be the one voted out as a result. And that's ultimately why I was pushing against her so hard. But Erin is a very great player. She is excellent playing from the bottom, had a lot of connections, and she really understands the game well.
Should we rank?
Yeah. So what place is this now?
This
16?
16th place.
I think this is going to be a pretty easy one.
Yes.
Well,
Looking at
who
the
are the other
spreadsheet.
ones? Wait, who is it?
In third place, we got Shea. In second place, we have season 3 Nick. And in first place, we have the one, the only animal lover himself,
Jeremy.
Yeah.
This is
Animal
so
lover, Jeremy.
easy.
I think
Aaron.
we can put Aaron at the top there.
At the top,
over Animal Boy.
100%. I mean,
Season
we even
5
talked to
Eric.
her about all the other online games she's played. She's always
Mhm.
made the merge, with the exception of All Stars. She's made the merge in like every other Survivor game she's played.
Mhm.
So like she's literally run the simulation for us.
Yeah.
True.
This is a great way of putting it.
Yeah, I think if Aaron is put on a different tribe in All Stars, she would have
Mhm.
definitely
Odawa.
been better.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if she succeeded in getting you out, she could make it a lot farther.
Definitely.
I mean, if Akshay doesn't go out week 1, makes a lot further. Like,
And I
there's a
think
lot
that-
of inflection points that just had to all go the wrong way, I feel like.
And I think even me, like 1 out of whatever it was, 4 chance, or was it 1 out of 4, I guess, of choosing the Rock,
Mhm.
4 out of 17 chance to be technical. Like that in itself was like really the only combination that was like the worst for her, because any other sense, she isn't chosen by me in that scenario. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I mean, I will say that Erin in the first week, I feel like she made some mistakes that really basically killed her game at that point. But, I made mistakes too. A lot of people in this game have made mistakes, and sometimes the cards are set up for you to be able to recover from them. And I don't think that Erin it's one thing I had to follow her way, and I think she could have made it really far. Similar to Will, I feel like both of them kind of back to back, like kind of this perfect. They could have done well in a lot of scenarios, but kind of just the way that the things fell just affected it. It was kind of the worst case scenario for them, and that's just how it went. But yeah, I think Aaron is very clearly first here.
So then I think it's also kind of clear which version of Aaron's probably better. I mean, I know we do like to get really deep into it, and it sounds like you guys had a good debate last time with Will, but
Yeah.
I feel like season 3 Aaron played like one of the better games in Survivor Michigan history, or at least one of the more impressive games, working away from the bottom to inches away. I feel like it's kind of hard to top that.
I think that the only that is by winning, and it didn't happen.
So
I agree.
I don't even know if there even really is a devil's advocate argument to be made. I mean, she played really well in All Stars, but like
the only devil's advocate would be that this time she was aware of her position in the game the entire time, versus in season 3, she didn't really know where she stood until maybe halfway through the game. But I mean, she was able to do a lot in season 3, and you really can't compete with being one immunity challenge away from a win. And, also the coinciding with like, we just happen to have a final 2 this season, by the way.
True.
Robbed.
Truly robbed. Even though I love Dylan as a winner. We'll revisit this at some point, but I kind of want to, I almost want to revise her winner rankings. I don't know. Part of me kind of likes Dylan a little bit more than Tarowski.
Whoa. So something that we actually forgot to talk about, I want to mention quickly, was Sarah saying that someone unsuspecting was going to win.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Like she was talking about like all the like obvious ones are going to be out. So I'm going to the end with the unsuspecting people.
Yeah.
I wonder who she means by that. Yeah.
I think that she's kind of talking about how all these big threats, kind of like we saw in season 2, they're all going to come after each other and vote each other out.
Yeah.
People that have lesser targets are going to end up running the game. So I like that strategy from Sarah. I like her idea for that. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how it goes as if we all don't know.
Hey, you guys are somewhat unspoiled.
Yeah, but we know who the final 3.
Well, Tom comes back at the merge. You never heard about this, right?
Yeah, it could just be we could have been like switched from a different timeline, Sarah, too. Like Bailey could have like flipped us into a different timeline.
You're right. Wait, we don't know.
We
who
think we know the
wins.
winner, but it's actually different.
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember in this scenario, I thought that AJ wins. Not even on the season.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened to AJ? What happened to AJ and Cheaty? I thought they were on the season, and I thought they were in the final two, and now neither of them are here. Like, I'm just as surprised as you guys every week.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll never
Definitely
forget.
a Mandela effect.
I'll never forget in 2019 when I was riding the mega bus from Chicago to Michigan, and AJ was on my bus.
Wow. You should have watched.
He did not recognize me.
Yeah. The legend. Isn't it funny that these are like these people probably think about Survivor Michigan like close to never.
They don't think about it.
Like talk
and
about
we talk about them like every week.
Yeah. Like they do not remember our names. No chance. Zero chance.
They don't know about the podcast about.
Yeah.
They would think we were weird.
Yeah. What the fuck? These guys spending like 2+ hours of their week every week talking about this stuff that we did in college years ago.
Yeah.
No shame, okay?
AJ is just upset that he didn't get further, and she's just upset she didn't notice the clue underneath her paper plate.
Yeah.
Okay.
The picture.
Iconic.
Well, we'll see. We have a few episodes coming up. We'll see if we get any sort of AJ or Cheaty addition to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Who knows? You never know what to expect with Ian Harris and his editing.
Expect the unexpected.
True.
The unexpected, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And this next episode, oh my God. We've hyped up a lot of episodes so far, but I don't know if this one I think deserves even more hype than any of the other previous ones. And I'm not kidding when I say this.
How long is it?
Is this going to be like a 2-hour one? I think.
I'm not going to say how long.
Film.
I think that no longer are we going to know.
Yeah.
It's going to be
oh
public
my God.
how long these episodes are. But
is the finale going to be like 5 hours?
Let's just say that your family can go to Avatar 2 and watch that like once or twice, and then come back and you'll still be watching this episode.
Well, hey, the next episode is a scavenger hunt, and this is definitely like, I think this is an insane scavenger hunt.
Whoa.
Spoilers.
That was like the OG joke.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Bring it back, because I want to like listen to all of them. I want to bring back all the jokes that we completely forgot about.
I know.
Oh, it's been so long. It's been like 4 years since we started.
It really has been a while, hasn't it? What a long stream trip it's been.
My coworker today was like, "Hey, do you want to go and like blah blah, go to a Kraken game or do this thing?" I'm like, I can't. I got a podcast about College Survivor.
Guys, I missed a birthday dinner tonight for this.
Wow.
You know that the dedication.
But it's okay because she has 3 birthday dinners, so I'll make the other one.
Wow, I believe she has 3 birthdays every year. She must be old.
Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
What is she, like 60?
Yeah.
Probably.
Really like dogs, like dog years.
Yeah. I don't want to age 3 years. Saw this guy on TikTok who splits his days into 6 hours. Now he's like, I wake up at 6 a.m. and then 6 a.m. to 12. That's a day. You live one whole day. I'm gonna live 3 days within the span of one day.
Interesting. I mean, time is a construct.
Yeah, it really is.
I can't believe that Ian's episodes take an entire day to watch.
Wait, one last thing. All right, sorry. One last insider info. Not really insider. I saw this on my flashback. Where is this? On my Snapchat. Shit. Where'd it go?
I'm excited. I don't know what this is.
Five years ago, me and Jeremy and Maggie and
no
Rick.
Way.
Is that from our season?
So great. January 19.
Oh my God. I remember that.
Is that at Rick's?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
what? And there was some drama that came of this, or like Maggie was something on her story, or it was
drama.
She had a story that said Survivor, like Alliance AF.
Alliance AF. It was Alliance AF.
Yeah. So,
and then she was saying she wanted to kick me out of the Alliance and replace me with Jeremy.
Yeah. I remember that. I was like, I don't know about that. Maybe it would have been better.
Like drunk confessionaling.
Maybe it would have been better.
I don't know.
Maybe I would have won. Maybe I would have won if we voted you out.
Jeremy would have stayed loyal.
You never would have made All Stars. You would have been irrelevant. You just got put it out like second.
Yeah.
Irrelevant.
You would have seen the Jeremy versus Aaron war in 2019.
Dang, this would have changed everything.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask Bailey what happens in that timeline.
We had a hop to this timeline.
She would know.
Okay. Well, this has been a great episode, guys.
Yeah. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As always, wonderful talking.
See you next week. Night.
Bye.